Today, the worst kept secret of 2023 has finally been confirmed. Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point is being reimagined by Zamperla, and it will reopen as Top Thrill 2 in 2024. In this video, I'm not going to read out the full press release from Cedar Point because it has been online for a couple of hours now. I would imagine that a lot of people watching this video have already read the full information. This video is more about picking out some of the key information, just talking about it, giving my opinion on it, and just going from there really. So the first thing to pick up on is that I will no doubt call this roller coaster Top Thrill Dragster loads of times in this video. Of course, it is now called Top Thrill 2. And Top Thrill 2 is not going to be a hydraulic launch coaster like Top Thrill Dragster was. Top Thrill Dragster was famous for its hydraulic launch, and just for old time's sake, here's some shots of that old launch. Top Thrill 2 will be an LSM launch roller coaster, and it's going to have 3 launches altogether. We're going to have 2 launches that go forwards and 1 launch that goes backwards at a very high speed. The first launch is going to be a 74 miles per hour launch, which takes riders from the starting point towards the 420-foot top hat, and then we're all going to get the famous rollback that we all used to want on Top Thrill Dragster, but we rarely got it. We're going to get it every time we go on Top Thrill 2. Then riders are going to be taken backwards and going to be launched at 101 miles per hour backwards at 101 miles per hour. That is going to be insane. No matter how much anyone is upset that we're not going to get a hydraulic launch Top Thrill Dragster anymore, 101 miles per hour backwards, that's going to be bonkers. After the backwards launch at 101 miles per hour, there's a new 420-foot tall spike, which that is going to be pretty incredible. I'm just thinking about like the spike on Two Tatties at Park Asterix. That is awesome. And the backwards launch on that is awesome. Okay, it's got an airtime hill on the launch, but it's going to be incredible. 101 miles per hour, and then up to a 420-foot spike. There's going to be a lot of hang time. There's going to be a lot of fear, especially as it's lap bar trains, the new Zamperla Lightning trains with lap bars. That is going to be incredible as well. And then it's into the final launch, which is 120 miles per hour forwards towards the 420-foot original Top Thrill Dragster top hat. And then it's going to be over the top. Maybe there'll be a rollback opportunity still. Don't know. Don't know if they're going to make sure that can never happen now. Be interesting to see if we can still get a rollback from the top, because a rollback from 420 foot will still be incredible. Not sure it's going to happen, but you never know. And then once it goes over, it's going to be through the 270-degree spiral and across the finish line. So that, it's still going to have a short layout, but there's obviously more to it, more launches, and it's just going to be a totally different experience.
Experience the excitement, the speed, the adrenaline of high-performance racing on an all-new vertical speedway. Introducing Top Thrill 2. The world's tallest and fastest triple launch stratocoaster. Buckle in and smoke the competition on this extreme motorsport machine. Launch 3 times at speeds reaching 120 miles per hour. Drive the sky at 420 feet. Pump the brakes, cross the finish line. Take that victory lap. Get revved up on Top Thrill 2, coming to Cedar Point, 2024.
moving on from the launch talk, it's time to talk about Zamperla and of course Intamin. When Top Thrill Dragster originally opened in 2003, it was an Intamin roller coaster, and as somebody that is a fan of Intamin's modern coasters and their old coasters, I am of course a little bit gutted that this is not an Intamin reimagining project. However, at the same time, I'm pleased for Zamperla, and I do wish them all the best with this, because at the end of the day, Zamperla are trying to move on from what they're known for. They want to be working on projects like this one, clearly, and this could be a massive stepping stone for them to reinvent themselves as one of the big players in the industry who provide rides like Top Thrill 2 and rides that are similar to it. You never know. They could be competing with Intamin, with Mack, and with all the other manufacturers when it comes to big roller coasters like this being built in the future. Of course, Zamperla are not a new company in the industry. They've been doing water rides, flat rides, roller coasters, all types of rides for a very long time. They're very, very well known in the industry. They're very, very well respected in the industry. And I think most people in the industry will be very happy for them and will be rooting for them to make this a great success. And of course, nobody more so than Cedar Point. And the thing for Cedar Point is, whilst it's very exciting for them to be announcing this reimagining project, people will ultimately compare this to Top Thrill Dragster, the original. So I think for them, it's of course a gamble to not just take out Top Thrill Dragster and just be like, that was it, that's your lot, Top Thrill Dragster's gone. Because people will always refer back to what it was originally. They'll always compare it. I'll compare it when I first go on Top Thrill 2. Everybody that went on the original will compare it. It's like when you have an amazing film come out and then the sequel comes out, everybody will always compare them. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know, but it will happen. Of course, like I say, going back to the whole Zamperla thing, if this works out, this could be a massive thing for them in terms of, you think about it, the hydraulic launch roller coaster is being phased out, as we're seeing with things like Top Thrill Dragster. How long has King Dakar got left as a hydraulic launch coaster? Will that be an Intamin reimagining? Will it get removed? Or will Zamperla get the chance if this is a success? Then you've got Accelerator, another roller coaster in a Cedar Fair park, Knott's Berry Farm. It's been closed for however long now. I don't think it's back open. I'm really not sure, so if I'm wrong on that, please let me know. But if it is still closed, are Cedar Fair and Knott's Berry waiting to see how Top Thrill 2 goes before they go and do the same thing to that ride? And then, of course, thinking closer to home, Stealth at Fort Park. Is that going to get similar reimagining, or is it just going to get removed? So this is, if Zamperla really sort of pull this off, this Top Thrill 2 project, this could be a massive thing for them, where they're actually reimagining other roller coasters like it all around the world. Now, of course, I'm sure, as the manufacturer of those roller coasters I've mentioned, I'm sure Intamin will have a keen interest in what happens with them as well going forward. But I think it's a very interesting situation, and I wish both manufacturers all the best. But going back to Cedar Point is something, well, going back to Cedar Point is something I definitely hope to do in 2024, but it's very dependent on things that are not something I'm going to talk about in a video right now. But it's going to be interesting. That's all I'm going to say for now. I think it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I wish Cedar Point all the best. I wish Zamperla and Intamin all the best with everything they're doing. In terms of the name, I've seen a lot of funny comments about Top Thrill 2 on social media already. I actually don't mind it. I mean, to be fair, you could say it's a bit like what you'd call a sequel to a film. And it is, Top Thrill 2 is the sequel of Top Thrill Dragster. So, to be fair, we've seen worse sequel film names, so maybe it's just a bit like that. But I honestly don't think it's too bad. I am surprised they've kept Top Thrill in there, but I'm not complaining. I'm very interested to see what the lightning trains are like from Zamperla, because when I saw them at the IAPA Expo in Orlando last year, they looked, well, I actually sat in them. They were comfortable. The lap bar gave quite a lot of room. I've got quite chunky thighs. I didn't feel like they were like pinning me or anything when I was sat in the trains. And they were quite roomy and spacious and comfortable. So it'll be interesting to see how exposed riders feel on Top Thrill 2 being sat in those trains. But yeah, that's all for now. I'm going to keep a keen interest in what's going on with this project. I'm going to be watching all the construction updates on all of the YouTube channels that are going to be doing them. Be keeping an eye out for further information from Cedar Point, from Tony Clark on Twitter. And it's one of those things where if I can do it next year, I am definitely going to go to Cedar Point and ride Top Thrill 2, because I'd be so happy to just see that area of the park buzzing. Because last year, in 2022, when we were at Cedar Point, the park was just not the same without Top Thrill Dragster. My first visit there, 2018, and then the year after, 2019, there was just a buzz in that area that I can't describe it in a video, but if I could bottle it, I really would do, because it was such an incredible area of an amusement park to be in. So I'm really do hoping Top Thrill 2 can bring that incredible atmosphere back to Cedar Point. But yeah, that's all from me for now. Please let me know in the comment section below what you think about Top Thrill 2. Many thanks for watching. Please give this video a like, and I'll see you next time.